welcome back to the online family program coming to you from the Sunshine Coast Health Center. My name is Sarah, and this is episode 3 in an 8-part series about pitfalls to avoid for loved ones of people who are either in recovery or struggling with addiction. So this one's particularly for people that are in recovery. So I wanted to talk about holding on to resentments today. Unfortunately, it's almost undoubtedly true that over the course of your loved one's addiction, they did something that ended up being hurtful to you. They might have lied, even if it wasn't bold-faced, it could have been by omission. They may have manipulated you in some way or other, and you know this is really common because addiction, by definition, the substance or behavior becomes the number one relationship at the expense of all other relationships. So anything that gets in the way gets hurt, and so it's not so personal. It's what defines addiction itself. So when the person is working on their recovery, this offers an opportunity to heal and move on, potentially. So I wanted to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is a process. It is not something you can just snap your fingers and make happen. It's not something you can force at all. In fact, one of the leading experts on forgiveness, Robert Enright, he sets it out in 4 phases and 20 different steps. And the decision phase is phase 2, about a third of the way into the steps. So as you can imagine, it's a complicated process. But what it requires is a willingness on the part of the offended to forgive the other who has offended them. Another expert in the field, Harriet Lerner, she likes to delineate between forgiveness and letting go. And I think this is an important delineation because for your own well-being and health, it's best to let things go so that you can move on in your life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you are required to forgive the other person. But if you want to, for this example, in your life with your loved one, if you want to maintain a relationship with them, it is imperative that you do find a way to forgive and move on. Otherwise, resentments really damage relationships. So this is no easy task, and so I definitely recommend seeking support where you need it. With a counselor, this can be helpful. It's really important that you both feel comfortable with the counselor. Just know that it's a process and you can't force it. So have a bit of compassion for yourself and each other as well. So that's it for this episode. And next episode will be about the pitfall of putting your life on hold. So I hope you joined us for that.